again, wrestling fans. Michael St. John for USWA Championship Wrestling. And what a program we've got on tap for you today. We'll be going to the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. Also to our studios in Memphis, Tennessee, where on tap is a USWA World Tag Team Championship event as the Stud Stable, Robert Fuller and Brian Lee, put their titles on the line against one of the best young teams to come down the pike in many a year in the Southern Rockers. Also on tap, superstar Billy Dundee, simply irresistible Jeff Jarrett. Will be talking with Jerry the King Lawler, and the return of Hollywood John Tatum. You'll see all that action. It'll start right after these messages on USWA Wrestling. Living up to its name, the World Tag Team titles on the line in Memphis, Tennessee. Dave Brown, take it away.
Certainly hope you're going to behave yourself this time because USWA World Tag titles are on the line. We don't need any interference in this match.
The World Tag Team Champions don't need my help. We're going to see if these people know how to respect true champions. We're going to see what kind of welcome they give them. Who's coming out first? I hear some music.
The challengers will be coming out first. The Southern Rockers, here they are right here. Steve Dahl and Rex King, the Southern Rockers, stepping up into the ring right now, set to go as they're challenging for the belts, which are held by these folks coming out.
I can't believe they went over there and actually touched and shook hands with some of those people.
Current holders of the World Tag titles, the Stud Stable, Robert Fuller and primetime Brian Lee.
Dave, I got something I want to clear up. I want to tell Brian right here in front of everybody. Warner Brothers been calling me all week, wanting me to sign a contract with him, Brian. This right here is the most important thing in the world to me, and I guarantee you this, son, I ain't never leaving you for no staging career. And secondarily, I told you last week about Sylvia. I'm not going to be pining no more about Sylvia, because there's a new lady at hand, baby, and we're going to be picking one very, very soon. But, you know, we don't want no garbage coming out. I've been getting some bad letters and some bad stuff. We don't need anything out here. What we're going to get, we're going to pick up elsewhere. And I'm telling you, baby, as the world champion, we're going to have the prettiest ballet and the most efficient ballet in the world. And right now, we're going to take care of some sovereigns.
Get our head for the ring right now. Those belts are going to be on the line. The USWA World Tag titles. Southern Rockers will be challenging for those belts. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to keep things calm down here. And let's get a nice regulation start to this championship match.
I'm gonna give the devil his due. I've seen these Southern Rockers. You know, I do extensive traveling defending my world title. I've seen these guys. I saw them out Portland, Oregon. I've seen them wrestle a couple different places. They're pretty impressive. Now, I don't know how much Robert and Brian Lee know about these guys, but you can't take guys like this lightly.
Well, that's exactly right. And if Prime...
Oh, what do you look at that look of astonishment on your face? You act like you're surprised that I said something right.
Well,
I always speak the truth.
Well, I don't know about always, but I think you did in that particular case.
Don't take them lightly, Robert.
Primetime Brian Lee and Robert Fuller defending the World Tag titles against this tag team which has come in here. Most recently they were in the Pacific Northwest, as you said, out in the Portland, Oregon area. In here trying to take the world titles away from the Stud Stable. Brian Lee. A disgusting move for most fans, but a good one as he was under the ropes. That stops the hold. And
disgusting move for most fans. Now, what would you mean by that statement?
Well, the fans don't like to see world champions going to the ropes.
Who cares what the fans like? Let me tell you something. If you're a professional wrestler and you start worrying about what the fans like, pretty soon you'll be sitting out there with them. Because, you see, those idiots don't know a wristlock from a wristwatch. They don't know anything about wrestling. And you got to do what's best for you in there. You can't worry about what they care about.
Well, I know that's the attitude you've certainly adopted in the last few months.
And that's why I am the world heavyweight champion.
The Rockers tagging in and out quickly.
I may need to go up here and tell Brian Lee and Robert Fuller what I've seen of these guys. It might be underestimating them.
That's Rex
the belt's
King.
at stake. The belt's at stake.
The belt's at stake. That's Rex King in there right now. Whoa, look at the block he put on prime time, Brian Lee.
There you go.
Well, Brian Lee, though, came back with that forearm and nailed him. Whoa. Rex King over to the corner, makes the tag. This is Steve Dahl. Brian Lee grabs it by the hair, pulls it back to the corner. Robert Fuller holding it up with the hair. But Steve ducks out of the way. And the Southern Rockers looking good.
Robert, you can't underestimate these guys.
Well, I think
Watch them, Brian. Watch them.
I think Lawler has pretty well got these guys pegged. You can't underestimate them because they sure have looked good so far in this match. 2 minutes gone. 60 minutes, by the way, is the time limit.
Plenty of time, plenty of time. Take your time, Robert. Settle down. Settle down, settle down.
A little coaching from Lawler for the world champions, Robert Fuller and Brian Lee. Whoa.
There you go, there you go.
Ran right into Fuller. Yeah, that move pleased you, the interference from
Finish him
outside.
off.
Huh?
See, what these guys got to do, when they get them down, they need to go ahead and finish them off now.
2 against 1, you don't mind that either, right? Why, I tell you. World Tag Champions, that's the way they defend the belts. Knee lift by Robert Fuller.
Have you seen one illegal move yet?
Yes.
What?
Well, I saw hair pulling on several occasions. I saw double teams on the exchange. Look at Rex King. Get to the corner. Nice move. And there's Steve Dahl over the rope. Everybody in the ring. World titles at stake.
Look at all these fists being thrown. Look out.
There we go. Stud Stable finding the going a little tougher in there maybe than they expected against the Southern Rockers.
Need to get out, Robert.
The Rockers double up.
Illegal move.
Ryan Lee's shoulders down. Got a 1, 2. He got it. He got it. We got brand new World Tag Team Champions. An upset here. The Southern Rockers. With some great teamwork.
Great teamwork.
Brian Lee, the count of 3, and we have brand new world champions.
There you have it, wrestling fans. Brand new USWA Tag Team Champions, the Southern Rockers. They are one good tag team, and now they have the USWA World Tag Team Championship belts. In other developments around the USWA, superstar Billy Dundee and Jeff Jarrett had some comments about an upcoming match they've got on tap with the King Jerry Lawler and the hot property Billy Joe Travis.
Billy Joe Travis. Yeah, you do an awful lot of talking, and you get out there with your guitar, and you swing around and you run around the ring, and you act like you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know, Billy, you say you're the best-looking wrestler. You say that you are the best singer. Well, none of that matters. And you found that out last week, because that's exactly what you got. You got to fight. But when it's one-on-one, you aren't very tough, are you? No, you got to bring your partner down. Jerry Lawler, he's got to jump me from behind. Well, guys, you found out last week, didn't you? Yeah, you sure did, because I got a friend, and I guarantee you one thing. He's going to fight beside my side this week, and it's going to be 2-on-2. No, it's not going to be no jumping from behind, because when we get to the ring, it's going to be you 2 guys facing us 2. And I guarantee you one thing. We're going to give you the beating of your life.
That's right, Jeff. Just like you said, Brother Lawler, you and I go a long way back, brother. Nobody has to wonder what much love is lost between you and me. But Billy Joe Travis, you've just got on this side of the fence. About a year ago, this man right here thought you was his friend. Well, you turned your back on him for Devastation Incorporated and a few miserable dollars. Now, Jerry Lawler's blowing smoke you know where and telling you're the greatest thing that God ever put breath into. Well, you're not, brother. And like we said, 2-on-2, it's going to be a fight. Jeff Golden Boy Jarrett and Bill Superstar Dundee has taken both of you out.
Comments from Jeff and Billy. They're getting ready for that big match with Jerry the King Lawler and the hot property Billy Joe Travis. In fact, they're in the ring right now at the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. Let's go to Percy Pringle.
We have Jimmy James and James Raff in the ring now against the Golden Boy and the Superstar. There goes the bell. Dundee steps right in there and locks that arm up and goes climbs right on top. That's what you call experience. The man from Sydney, Australia does his strut. Another takedown by the Superstar. Uh-oh. No words are necessary here. What a fantastic tag team Jeff Jarrett and Bill Superstar Dundee are making. If we can just keep that Terrence Garvin out of the picture. He just keeps sticking his nose in where it don't belong. Kind of quiet down here now. I'm starting to enjoy this a little bit, as long as he stays away from here. Jeff sends James into the ropes and off with a hard elbow. James goes to the canvas. Flying mare by Jeff Jarrett. Jeff hits the rope. Elbow to the chest. He goes for the pin. Oh, Jimmy James raised that right shoulder up. You know, it's a hard job being a referee. People are hollering, the wrestlers are putting pressure on you, but you have to watch those shoulders. That last second, that right shoulder, left shoulder can pop up. The referee stops the count. James Rapp's in the ring. Jeff Jarrett backs him into the corner. Irish whip into the turnbuckle. Rapp's down. A tag to superstar Bill Dundee. The pride of Sydney, Australia. You know, Dundee's held a number of titles in his career. He's been to the top of professional wrestling, and he's at the very top right now with the USWA, right here at the world-famous Sportatorium. He sends him into the ropes. Comes off with another hard elbow. One. Raff kicks out. Superstar a little surprised there. Catches him with a hard right, and down he goes. Comes another tag. That's the secret of a successful tag team. They know just when to tag out. Wow, they got it. 1, 2, 3. Your winner is Jeff Jarrett and Bill Superstar Dundee.
Superstar Billy and Jeff Jarrett getting ready for Jerry the King and Hot Property. Billy Joe Travis want to thank Percy Pringle. He's subbing in for Mark Lawrence in Dallas. Speaking of the King, Jerry Lawler, let's take a close look at him. Still the World Unified Heavyweight Champion, Jerry the King Lawler. Let's take this break. We'll be back for more USWA action in a minute. The USWA is on tour. Wednesday night, the Evansville Coliseum. 5 great matches. In the first match, Wildside Chris Champion takes on Rockin' Randy. In tag team action, the Texas Ranger Gary Young and Pronto from Devastation Incorporated take on Dirty Dutch Mantel and Jimmy Jack Funk. It's a return USWA Tag Team Championship match. The Stud Stable, Robert Fuller and Brian Lee, put their belts on the line against the Southern Rockers, Steve Dahl and Rex King. In action, the Junkyard Dog will battle the gruesome Soul Taker. And in the main event in Evansville Wednesday night, the King, Jerry Lawler, teams with the Hot Property, Billy Joe Travis, to take on Simply Irresistible Jeff Jarrett and Superstar Bill Dundee. Don't miss a minute of the action. 5 great matches with the USWA at the Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night, including that big main event. See you Wednesday night at the Coliseum.
Lawler and Travis. It just sort of has a ring to it, doesn't it? It's just kind of a magical combination. And now that that team has been formed, it looks like I see panic in a lot of faces. I'm talking about faces of the superstar Bill Dundee, and I'm talking about faces of your little fair-haired boy wonder Jeff Jarrett, and I'm talking about Eddie Marlin, and I'm talking about all the officials in the USWA. They're wondering, what are we going to do now? How are we going to stop it? Well, the answer is simple. You can't stop it. And I'm going to prove that to you. Right here in this town this week, Jeff Jarrett and Bill Dundee, you're going to be the first 2 on the list to go down at the hands of the King and Billy Travis. We're going to walk over you, and we're going to keep on walking, and we're not going to look back. Dundee, I can't stand you, and Jeff Jarrett, you're right behind him, and you're both going down.
Michael St. John back at the USWA Broadcast Center. Let's go to Memphis, Tennessee. Dave Brown getting ready for action featuring Jerry the King Lawler.
Well, we've already had one upset here today with brand new USWA World Tag Champions. Maybe another one in the making here as Freezer Thompson waits to take on Jerry Lawler. Hey, anyway, we got a match scheduled here, guys.
You know, wait just a minute. Because you're talking to the World Tag Team Champions right here. Well, I don't care what you think about former, but these people know I've been fair, I've been upstanding, I never broke no rules out here. And now you're going to come out here and see a double teaming happen like this and leave it, stretch that money out. I've been out Texas doing some damage. Put it up there, let everybody see it. Let everybody see it. That's $1,000, boys. What we want to do, if you're real champions, maybe you're a little bit hungry, get out here right now. We'll put that money on the line.
No. That's $1,000 is a lot of money, but they've got the World Tag titles. They can win $1,000 in no time with the belt. Here they come, the Southern Rockers. Well, let's see what they have to say, but I can almost guarantee you they're going to say, They've got the belts. They can win money. Guys, see?
There's the money right here, $1,000.
They're offering $1,000 to put the belts back on the line.
That's easy to count. That's a clear gaming. $1,100.
Are you saying right now? Right now?
What do you think this is?
You know what? We've traveled a long way, baby. You know what? We won these belts this morning.
Those belts this morning.
Well, we got them, baby. And I'll tell you what, Rex, $1,000 looks real good. You know, we can do a lot with that. What do you think? I'll tell you what, $1,000 and being here in this great state of Tennessee, baby, that's a lot of partying money for the Rockers. You want us to do it?
Wait. You're going to do it?
Wait a minute.
You guys don't have to do this. Eddie, come here. Eddie Martin, let's get Eddie out here. If you're thinking about doing this, it's got to be made official anyway. They've been offered $1,000, and they say they want to put the belts up for $1,000.
They want to put the belts up for $1,000? That's what we came here.
Yeah, but now you understand, do you jerks understand what they're saying? If you don't win, you don't get the money. You don't get the belt. You walk out of here just like you came in, empty-handed. The only way they take that money is if they win again. Is that right? Isn't that right? Do you understand that?
That's exactly right, Jerry Lawler. But if they're willing to put up the $1,000, then all the fans here and the fans out watching TV can see a title match, and I don't have to pay for it. It's fine with me. Hey, Mr. Barnes, if they're willing to put up $1,000, we're willing to take $1,000.
Hey, what about my match? I'm supposed to wrestle now.
Well,
All right.
All right, let's do it. We're underway. Another world title match underway here. The belts won just moments ago by the Southern Rockers. Rex King and Steve Dahl, they are the champions now. And the former champions, oh boy. The Stud Stable, primetime Brian Lee and Robert Fuller, put up $1,000
Let me just hold.
to
Hey,
get a
Dave,
rematch.
don't be looking at this money. I'll hold this for Robert and.
I think not. I think we'll get security. Southern Rockers, the USWA World Tag Title holders now,
There they got
defending those belts.
There you go.
The same day they won them against the Stud Stable. Well, I tell you what.
If Calhoun would keep that other jerk out of the ring, it'd be all right.
Steve Dahl, victim of the clothesline by Brian Lee. There's a cover. What? Hey, you want to talk double team? What's that, for heaven's sake?
What? That Robert's the legal man in the ring. Keith Calhoun don't even know who's supposed to be in there.
Then why is primetime Brian Lee staying in there right now?
You got a counter. Here comes the other one in there. You got a counter 2-on-1.
We got a battle going here.
Look out! See,
All four of them. All four of them in the round. Now Fuller slides out under the rope, so the referee.
Save him!
Well, look at Fuller loading up that boot. Could you see him? Oh, blocked. The Rockers.
Oh, wait a minute!
Fuller shoulders. They got him. They beat him again. They beat him again. They beat him again.
Give me that money.
They get the $1,000 and they keep the belt.
Oh, he wasn't a legal man. Wait a minute.
Yes, sir. Take the money. Take the belt. Southern Rockers, USWA World Tag Champions, and they have won them twice in the same day. They won the belts. They defend them. They walk out of here with a belt and the $1,000, and there goes the stud stable. They have just lost again another title match.
I just told you that Robert Fuller was not the legal man in the ring.
You just said he was the legal man in the ring. Take a break. We'll be back.
The USWA is on tour. Wednesday night, the Evansville Coliseum. 5 great matches. In the first match, Wildside Chris Champion takes on Rockin' Randy. In tag team action, the Texas Ranger Gary Young and Pronto from Devastation Incorporated take on Dirty Dutch Mantel and Jimmy Jack Funk. It's a return USWA Tag Team Championship match. The Stud Stable, Robert Fuller and Brian Lee, put their belts on the line against the Southern Rockers, Steve Dahl and Rex King. In action, the Junkyard Dog will battle the gruesome Soul Taker. And in the main event in Evansville Wednesday night, the King, Jerry Lawler, teams with the hot property Billy Joe Travis to take on Simply Irresistible Jeff Jarrett and superstar Bill Dundee. Don't miss a minute of the action. 5 great matches with the USWA at the Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night, including that big main event. See you Wednesday night at the Coliseum. USWA arenas today. Southern Rockers not only keeping their USWA Tag Team Championship belts, but winning the $1,000 from the Stud Stable. I'm sure we haven't heard the last of the Stud Stable and what they've got to say about this. Now let's turn to other events, especially what's been happening in Dallas, Texas, revolving around Devastation Incorporated and one Texas Ranger, better known as Gorgeous Gary Young, and their attempts to make a mockery not only out of the state of Texas and Texans in general, but also out of one Dustin Rhodes and Jimmy Jack Funk. Let's go back a couple of weeks ago in a match which the Texas Ranger was involved, 6-man tag action, against Dustin Rhodes, Jimmy Jack Funk, where he attempts to steal the mask of Jimmy Jack.
Pedro's got Braddock over here in the corner. He's beating on him. Funk's working on Youngblood, and Adams seems to be in control of Gaylord, Mark.
Markovich trying to get order as all 6 men continue to be involved in 3 separate altercations.
He can't control this many guys, Mark. There's no way.
Fans chanting along with the blows of Chris Adams on Gaylord.
Gaylord finally got Adams off of him. You know, Bronco's going to have to call this match off or do something. This is getting ridiculous.
Akbar is looking around as if though he's looking for something, moving his head. I don't like that sign.
I think you're paranoid. They're just, all 6 of them. This has gone crazy.
Gaylord hits in the corner the hard way, and here comes Gorgeous Gary Young. I knew Akbar was up to something.
What's he doing?
Gorgeous Gary grabs Jimmy Jack Funk, pulls him out of the ring, is nailing him, and they're trying to get Jimmy Jack Funk's mask.
Oh, they got it. Gorgeous Gary's got Jimmy Jack Funk's mask. Him and Youngblood are taking it off of him, Mark.
Jimmy Jack Funk's mask has been pulled off, and now they're running away with it.
Oh, let's see what Funk really looks like. I've said all along he doesn't need to wear a mask.
Gaylord slammed into a chair on the floor. It's still bedlam. Jimmy Jack Funk is maskless and has grabbed Terrence's towel.
Get my towel from him.
It wasn't enough of an embarrassment of Jimmy Jack Funk losing his mask. But then following that, again, the Texas Ranger, Pronto, his sidekick, if you would, and Speedy Gonzalez gang up on Funk and Rhodes and decide to make a total mockery out of Texans in general against Dustin Rhodes. Let's take a look at it.
Uh-oh! It's the Texas Ranger team, and he's got a bottle.
He just nailed him with that bottle. He crumbed him right on top of the head. Now he's got Dustin up. He's going to pile drive him.
It looks like some sort of whiskey bottle, and it's been used over the head of Dustin Rhodes while they gang up and restrain Jimmy Jack. They're going to tie him up, and Akbar is in a state of ecstasy.
Dustin Rhodes is out over there. Man, he got hit in the head with that bottle, whatever kind of bottle it is. What are they doing over there, Lorenz?
What are they doing here? They've got a poncho that they're putting around, and now a hat, while poor Jimmy Jack gets annihilated in the corner. And what they're doing is trying to make a deliberate mockery out of Dustin Rhodes.
Funk's tied up with his own rope over here. What in the world? They got a poncho and a hat. What's he doing?
They've shoved the bottle up. Oh, look at this. What a disgrace.
They put that bottle under his arm.
They are deliberately making a mockery.
These people wanted to see a Texan. By God, if that's what they think a Texan is, I give it to them. There's your Texan. Take it all the way as far as you want.
A real true Texan. That is a real true Texan, buddy. Look at that, Lorenz.
Following the action in which Dustin Rhodes was rendered unconscious in the ring, another match occurred in which Devastation Incorporated again gang up on Jimmy Jack Funk and Dustin Rhodes. But this time, watch and see who comes to the rescue.
Chico staggers back into the corner, gets the Dustin Rhodes elbow. There's the tag, Dustin the legal man. Dustin Rhodes is jabbing and weaving. And Akbar has made a signal to the back, and I'm afraid that signals Devastation Incorporated to arrive in force. Akbar signaling up the aisle. In the meantime, it's all Jimmy Jack Funk and Speedy Gonzalez in trouble. Uh-oh. Here comes something I haven't seen before, and that's the Tennessee Stud Stable involved in an Akbar endeavor. Robert Fuller in the turquoise tights is all over Jimmy Jack and Dustin Rhodes, and now Gary Young's back, and it's a gang-up situation. The bell is sounding, the bout is over. Funk and Rhodes, no doubt, will be winners on an outside interference DQ. But right now, we're concerned for the well-being of the winning team, thanks to the Akbar gang-up. Now, surprise! Fuller in real trouble in the corner as Dustin Rhodes gets back to his feet. And Akbar and company head for the exit.
Following all these events that transpired, Dutch Mantell had these comments for the USWA.
Now, let me tell you one thing, Gary Young, you call yourself the Texas Rangers. Obviously, you don't know the history of the Texas Rangers, or you wouldn't be running around calling yourself one. And you're running around with some half-breed Indian called Pronto that I know as Chris Youngblood. Well, it's always been my understanding in Texas that the Indians were always here first. And you know why they was always here first? Because they had reservations. That's why they were here first. Now, let me tell you one thing, Young and Youngblood. When you step in the ring with me and Jimmy Jack Funk, you step in the ring with two native Texans, born and bred, and when I die, I hope I'm going to be Texas dead. Now, you can run around and you can talk about Texans, and you can talk about Texas, and I know you don't like Jimmy Jack Funk, and I know you're not going to like me. So when you want to get it down dirty as it can possibly get, then you pick the right guy to play the game with. Because I wrote the book on dirty tricks, don't forget it. And when me and Jimmy Jack step in the ring, we're going to have a little conference in the back. And when that dust clears, it's going to be me and Jimmy Funk. We're going to have the last laugh on you two guys.
A true Texan, Dutch Mantell. Let's take a break. We'll be back to more action right after this. With the USWA broadcast, wait a minute. Something is happening in Memphis right now. The stud stable is back on the set. Can we switch to Memphis? Let's switch to Memphis right now to find out what's happening.
Look at this. That's $1,000, and you've got another $1,000.
You see another $1,000. I've been out in Dallas, buddy, and I've been gambling, and I've been winning, and this is Matty Night's party money. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let this party money go down the drain. $2,000. You boys say you're hungry. You got our belts out there, boys. $2,000.
Well, that's $2,000 now. Wait a minute,
I don't care.
They've already beat you twice, for heaven's sake. How many times?
Tuesday, we're going to take my party. Come on.
How many times they have to beat you here? Now, $2,000, a lot of money.
That's it. That looks like a couple of gamblers right there. Come on, boys.
Make them put that other 1,000 up against this. Yeah.
Why don't you stay out of it, for heaven's sake? They've already got the $1,000 won. You guys have got the $1,000 in the belt. They've got $2,000 here.
Y'all did not have to put the belts up again. You've already put them up one time. This is the toughest team in there because they had the belt. It's not necessary for you to put the belts up. You don't have to put them up.
We'll tell you what, Mr. Mullen. The Rockers, we ain't backing down from nobody. And to tell you one thing, if that this $2,000 was as easy as taking the last $1,000, we'll be more than happy to get back to the game.
Hey, like the man said, if you got the money, we got the time, baby.
Here's the money right here.
It's going to be an official match, Eddie? All right. World Tag Titles on the line once again here, this time against $2,000 as the USWA World Tag Team Champions, the Southern Rockers, go once again against the stud stable, Robert Fuller and primetime Brian Lee. I got to tell you what, I thought this was a horrible idea, the first rematch.
Look at all this money, Dave.
Yeah, look at all this money, but after seeing how the Southern Rockers have defeated the stud stable not once but twice here today, and it didn't take them long in either match, I think they've got a great shot of taking out not only that first 1,000, but an additional 2,000, 3,000 altogether, and the belts,
now, wait a minute,
with which they can win thousands more as they book
look at
matches.
All this money here. Those guys ought to have to, look at that. Now, are they putting up the other 1,000 that they won in the belts?
I don't think that was part of the stipulation. I think that's their 1,000 to keep. I'm not sure about that, but I don't believe so. I think they get to keep that 1,000. This is the 2,000 on the line right here. Safest money in America, says Robert Fuller. I don't see how you can say that, Robert. You've been beaten twice.
They've been cheated twice.
No, they haven't been cheated. They've been beaten twice by the Southern Rockers. Brian Lee, whoa.
Look out.
A double
I
drop
guess you
kick.
condone that.
That's a double team. You're right. Double drop kick.
Don't let them double team
An
you like
exciting
that,
thing to watch, but now here comes Robert Fuller. He's yelling and screaming.
Now, who do your job? 2 on 1.
What's he complaining about? 2 on 1. Yeah, okay. That was 2 on 1, but it's not anymore. It's 1 against 1 right now. As Rex is in there
Come on, Robert.
against Robert Fuller.
Come on, Robert.
Rex King of the Southern Rockers. Whoa! Now there is 2 on 1. Did you see Brian Lee need him in the back as he was coming off the rope? You were looking at something else. That's what you were doing.
Making funny faces at me.
I can tell you exactly what happened.
Did he do?
Brian Lee hit him in the back with his knee. He just jammed him. I saw it with my own eyes.
I don't believe you, Dave.
So did thousands of people watching on television right here, too.
Yeah! I like that.
I saw that right fist.
That's open hand. I saw that.
New definition of an open hand, if it was.
Look at this.
Brian Lee with a power slam. Oh, boy. There's a count of 1. Oh, he kicks out of it. Rex King still alive. And the Southern Rockers, Rex King and Steve Dahl, the Southern Rockers. That's Rex King in here right now.
Look out, Brian. What about about the fist and his foot there.
Yep, all right, he had the fist double. He's been hit with a fist himself a bunch of times. Everybody in the ring again. Don't try to say it's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. Rex King flips over the rope, guards the rope, guards on Brian Lee, turns around. He's pressed down to the mat. Turn around, referee, starts to count. Fuller loads up the boot and nails him in the top of the head. Now Fuller slides out of the ring, and Brian Lee has a cover. Count of 1, 2. He had his feet on the rope. It's the count of 3. You see his feet on the rope there?
I don't think you did either.
I sure did. Brian Lee got the 3 count, though. And thrown over the top rope is Steve Dahl by Robert Fuller. There's a pile driver by Brian Lee. Well, here they come. They're going to grab the belt. And they're going to run out of here. They were beaten twice, fair and square in the middle of the ring. But then Brian Lee and Robert Fuller with that loaded up right boot. Again, stomping him in the midsection. Steve Dahl lying here on the floor. Now Fuller comes around, collects the money, collects the belt.
That's all there. Dave didn't get none of it.
Yeah, what is that fair and square you guys were out here talking about earlier? Celebrate. You were beaten twice. And now you come back and they walk out of here with a belt.
Garbage man, ain't he?
Now let's take a break. We'll be
Go
back.
right here, drag his track.
The USWA is on tour. Wednesday night, the Evansville Coliseum. 5 great matches. In the first match, Wildside Chris Champion takes on Rockin' Randy. In tag team action, the Texas Ranger Gary Young and Pronto from Devastation Incorporated take on Dirty Dutch Mantel and Jimmy Jack Funk. It's a return USWA Tag Team Championship match. The Stud Stable, Robert Fuller and Brian Lee put their belts on the line against the Southern Rockers, Steve Dahl and Rex King. In action, the Junkyard Dog will battle the gruesome Soul Taker. And in the main event in Evansville Wednesday night, the King, Jerry Lawler, teams with the hot property Billy Joe Travis to take on Simply Irresistible Jeff Jarrett and Superstar Bill Dundee. Don't miss a minute of the action. 5 great matches with the USWA at the Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night, including that big main event. See you Wednesday night at the Coliseum.
You know, sometimes you wake up early in the morning and you get that feeling like it just is not your day. But I got that feeling again, Soul Taker. Once my little wife went to the mailbox and brought an envelope back to me, and I opened it up, and I looked and I saw your name. I said, Lord, look here. Once again in 1990, I got a chance to show the world that the dog's back. But Soul Taker, I've been checking in on you. You got another man that's hiding behind you. Jerry the King Lawler, oh my goodness. And they said to get to the king, I got to go through the path of darkness. Well, I'm going to blink once, close twice, and smile. And you better hope the lights go out, because at the end of the match, Soul Taker, 1, 2, 3, oh baby, another one will bite the dust. And on any given day, any man can be beaten. Ask Big Mike Tyson. But I'm going to leave you with this. 1, 2, 3.
Michael St. John back at the USWA Broadcast Center. Boy, I hated to see the Southern Rockers lose those belts that way. The Stud Stable had to reach deep in their bag of dirty tricks to pull that one out. But we'll see what happens with that event in the weeks to come. We have Hollywood John Tatum coming out in Dallas at the Sportatorium. Let's go see what he has to say.
What a surprise this is. The toast of the coast, Hollywood, California, Hollywood John Tatum.
Hey, what I've done is brought a couple of my Texas girls here today. Hollywood John Tatum's like a magnet. The girls come from all over the world. Look at them staring at me right now. Look at them. Hold them back. Get those girls back. The girls, all you have to do, girls, send a picture, send a letter to Katie's Industrial. Hollywood John Tatum will look at you, take a look at you, and maybe I'll bring you with me. But the number one thing I'm here for is not to show you my pretty girls, but it's to beat everybody up in the USWA, and I'm going to show you that right now, Percy. Come on, girl.
You heard him. Hollywood John Tatum is making his return to the world-famous Sportatorium. He needs no introduction. We know him very, very well. The toast of the coast himself. The Hollywood man with all of his beautiful ladies getting into the ring. Six beautiful young ladies surrounding the man from Hollywood, California. His opponent is now stepping in through the rope. With the white mask, you have the wrestling pro. The wrestling pro under the white mask. Look at Hollywood John Tatum standing there with all of his women surrounding him. I do have to say one thing, he certainly keeps good company. Look at the masked man waiting patiently in his corner. He's giving each one of them a kiss. He's wiggling out of that beautiful robe. Hollywood Tatum's always been known for his flamboyant robes that he wears into the ring. And he's been known for the valets in the past, some of the most big-name valets in the wrestling sport. Missy Hyatt, Sunshine. They've all seen John Tatum before. Now here's 6 beautiful ladies standing here at ringside as Mr. Tatum prepares to go to work. The wrestling pro steps in, locks up with the Hollywood man. Whoa! Whipped right around, locks that arm up. Uh-oh, the pro reverses it, backs him into the ropes. He backs off. He has his own little cheerleading section over here. Oh, look at this, the pro got him with a body slam. That was a surprise, but the Hollywood man came right up and caught him with a hard right, and down to the canvas the professional went. Boy, his cheerleaders are over here just like the Cowboy cheerleaders. They're all clapping and just egging him on. Whoa, suplex, hard suplex. Brings the wrestling pro down to the canvas. He grabs the mask, grabs the leg, going for a pin. He snatches him up. Tatum decides that it wasn't enough. He's going to give him a little bit more. Into the ropes goes the professional. Oh, my. What a powerful clothesline. Wow. Tatum certainly has a reputation, like I said before. Everybody knows the man from Hollywood. We'll never forget Missy Hyatt. We'll never forget the long-standing feud involving Hollywood John Tatum. And now he's back, challenging that USWA open door policy. What a kick! Don't tell me he thinks he's another Tojo Yamamoto or something. I sure hope not. He's covered the professional for the pin. He got it. A count of 3. Your winner, the coach of the coast, Hollywood John Tatum. There's your winner, being congratulated by all of his lovely cheerleaders here at ringside at the world-famous Sportatorium. Right now, we're going to take time out, and we're going to look at a special video special on Chris Champion. Let's look at that.
Now we're going to go take a shower.
USWA by storm. He appeared here last night with Dutch Mantell, Chris Champion. A very unorthodox-looking individual, but he stands for what's right, and he sure has these people behind him 100%. Dressed in his long leather coat, his leather knee boots, his black tights, Chris Champion. Another newcomer on the horizon here in the USWA. He'll be stepping into the ring on the Saturday morning against Ray Evans. Ray Evans used to be a big boxer. And now here he is, stepping to the Sportatorium ring. There goes Chris Champion, starting right away. He grabs Ray Evans by his red hair and smashes him into the top turnbuckle. Outside the ring goes Ray Evans. Chris Champion climbing the rope. Look at this! Did you see that? He came off the top rope all the way to the Sportatorium floor. It has to be at least 13, 14 feet from the top turnbuckle here. He tosses Ray Evans back in the ring like a rag doll. This champion's a tough contender. He backs Evans into the rope. Off he goes. Powerful knee right into the chest. Boy, these fans here this morning in the world-famous Sportatorium sure like this Chris Champion. He and Dutch Mantell, one of the top tag teams, invading the area. All the young girls sure like this long hair. Looks like a rock and roller, don't he? Off goes Evans again. A high drop kick. He's asking the people if they want another one. Sure they do. Sure we do, Chris. Everybody's behind you. You can see those red marks all over the back of Ray Evans' back. Oh. Let's see if he's going to take the fall now. He's covering him. No, not quite yet. Hard chop to the chest for Ray Evans. With every blow, with every body slam, with every chop, these fans are behind Chris Champion 100% this morning. There we go. A high backdrop by Chris Champion. The world-famous Sportatorium rocking and rolling. What a kick. That sent him into dreamland. Nighty night. Good night, Irene. Champion! Wild Side Sky! I love you, Dallas! There goes the music as Chris Champion celebrates his victory right here, the world-famous Sportatorium.
Boy, what excitement at the Sportatorium in Dallas. Wildside Chris Champion making his entrance and his exit and his success story well known there. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more on USWA Championship Wrestling. Of USWA Championship Wrestling, I got to say that the USWA World Tag Team Championship belts were changing hands today like hot potatoes. And coming up in the arena, you can see the return match of that USWA World Tag Team Championship live and in person. In fact, let me run down the card for you. First match, opening action, Wildside Chris Champion will take on Rockin' Randy. Then the Texas Ranger and Pronto will battle Jimmy Jack Font and Dirty Dutch Mantell. Plus a return USWA World Title match, as you will see the stud stable Robert Fuller and Brian Lee to take on the Southern Rockers Steve Dahl and Rex King. The Junkyard Dog will be in action against the Soul Taker. And the main event, tag team action, and they better bolt the roof down for this one, as Jerry the King Lawler and the hot property Billy Joe Travis meet the challenge of Jeff Jarrett and superstar Bill Dundee. 5 great matches from the USWA coming to the arena this week. Please join us next week for all the action here on USWA Wrestling.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.